हाँ बोल।
अरे सुन ना, क्या कर रही है?
कुछ नहीं, टाइम पास। ये काम काम चल रहा है।
अरे कल जिस टपरी पे हम चाय पीने गए थे, तो आज फिर से चलते हैं ना वहाँ पे।
अरे नहीं, आज मुझे वो सीजन्स मॉल जाना है।
तो कल जाते हैं फिर।
कल कल पीवीआर जाना है मुझे।
अरे यार, तो परसों चलना।
परसों ये पैविलियन मॉल जाना है मुझे।
तू आजकल ज्यादा शॉपिंग नहीं कर रही?
अरे वो ओटीडी के बारे में सुना नहीं है क्या? रोज नए कपड़े पहनने पड़ते हैं, फैशन के साथ चलना पड़ता है।
एक मिनट रुक। अरे पर रोज तो तू वही कपड़े पहन रही है।
वो
सच्ची बता, क्या चल रहा है?
एक्चुअली घर पे एसी नहीं है, इतना गर्म होता है ना, इसके लिए रोज अलग अलग मॉल्स में जाके मस्त ठंडी हवा खा के आती हूँ, बाकी कुछ नहीं।
अरे यार।
Hey folks, see Rachna Ranade here and I welcome you all to Summer Stock Special Part 2, Episode 2, and today we are going to discuss about Blue Star. Now, why am I taking this series? If you have seen the first episode which I did on NTPC, in that video I talked about the rising temperatures. I talked about how this summer could also be hotter than the previous one, and if that be so, of course the power demand is going to rise. But what do you and me need apart from power? We need cool air. And that is the reason why today we are discussing Blue Star. We are going to dig down deep into understanding the overall industry of air conditioners. We'll understand the market positioning. We'll understand more details about Blue Star as a company. So many things that we are going to discuss in today's video. But before I move on with industrial analysis, do let me know how did you like the pre-bumper. I did that after a long time. And have you done something like this, that if you are feeling very hot, have you gone to a shopping mall just for the purpose of getting some cool air? Do let me know in the comment section, just for fun sake, right? Okay, let's get back to industry analysis. First things first, so overall air conditioning as an industry I can divide into two parts. One is commercial and one is residential. Okay, in commercial space, this Indian commercial air conditioning market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 16.9% from years 2024 to 2033. But now if I were to talk about residential, we call that RAC, room air conditioners. This is expected to grow at a CAGR of almost 12%. Now, overall, with this good growth rate which is expected in this space, I'm sure a lot of players would want to have some pie in this overall industry. Not only domestic grown brands or homegrown brands, but it is also foreign players who are intensifying competition in this space. So overall CAGR, expected CAGR, everything is clear. But for now, let's go a little bit deeper and understand Blue Star's position in overall market share. First things first, we'll talk about commercial air conditioners. In commercial air conditioners, I can talk about 2 points first. First one is about ducted systems. Ducted systems, simple example can be like something like a centralized cooling system, right? So for example, if you enter a shopping mall, what is the best example? Are there small ACs which are fixed on every single wall? Answer is no. It's a centralized AC system, right? And that is the simplest example of a ducted system. Blue Star maintains a leadership in this specific area, which is the ducted system space. Okay, so that is the first example of commercial air conditioning. Second one is called as VRF. VRF is what? Variable refrigerant flow. Now, how is this different from a normal ducted system? In VRF, one thing is common, which is that the overall it may seem like it's exactly like a centralized air conditioning, but within units you can set separate temperatures. So simple example could be, you can imagine a hotel, right? Hotel has multiple rooms. So had it been a single centralized AC, and every single person who is staying in different rooms, he has no choice but to bear with whatever cold temperature that the people have set in the room, they would go mad, right? Every person in every room has a right to set a temperature which suits that person, and that is nothing but indoor. So you can imagine something like this, that the inside climate control, for that the units will be different, but the outdoor thing, yeah, I hope everyone knows that there is an outdoor unit also for every ACs. So the outdoor unit will be the same, but inside there'll be multiple temperatures which can be set. So that can be a simple example of VRF. Okay, I hope second example for commercial point is clear. Now let's move on with the residential one. We are talking about RACs, or the room air conditioners. Here, Blue Star has number 3 positioning. Oh, by the way, VRF, if I forgot, Blue Star holds number 2 position in VRF. And talking about RACs now, Blue Star has number 3 position, and currently they have a market share of 14%, and it is expected that they'll grow this in couple of years to take the market share to 15%. So I hope overall industry analysis is clear. In the next section, we talk about the business segments. Well, like we discussed, that Blue Star has gained number one position or the leadership position in ducted system. You can also gain number one position in your financial knowledge. How do you start? Simple. Visit our website rachnaranadi.com. This is where you can get three different levels. One's a beginner level, one is an intermediate level, and one is an advanced level. So if you are going to kickstart your journey, I would highly recommend you to do these two courses to begin with. Mastering Money Management, which is a basic or a beginner guide to tell you about all money management related concepts, be it insurance, be it emergency funds, be it planning your first house, first car, be it planning your retirement, be it something about your will. So many things you can learn in this course. The second one that you should go ahead with is Magic of Mutual Funds, because in this course you can understand how to choose the right mutual fund which suits your risk appetite, and very important, how can you use mutual funds to even plan for your retirement. Then come these three very important courses. One is Basics of Stock Market, then Fundamental Analysis, and Technical Analysis. All these three courses put together will help you take the right investing decisions. They'll help you to empower yourselves with the right skill sets, and you will be able to take the decisions on which stock to buy, which stock to sell. That will be for fundamental analysis, but when it comes to when to buy and when to sell, that will come with technical analysis. But if you want to level up your technical analysis knowledge, you should definitely go ahead with Decoding Price Action Analysis course. That's like an advanced course in technical analysis. So if you want to learn about all these courses, simple thing, don't forget to use this special coupon code year end, which allows you a flat 10% off, and the coupon validity is only till 31st of March. So hurry and enroll now. If you have any other doubts, just ask or just drop a WhatsApp to 90221 96678. Now let's understand the business of Blue Star in a little bit more detail. We'll try and understand where do they actually generate majority of the revenue from. And for that, have a look at this pie chart, which I've taken from the investor presentation of Q3 FY25. Now you can see here three business segments. Segment 1 contributes to 56%, segment 2 contributes to 41%, and segment 3 contributes to 3%. Okay. Now it'll be like, Rashna, you were told that there are only two major segments. One is commercial and one is residential. How come there are three business segments? Well, Blue Star has defined their own business segments in three different ways. One, they are mentioning EMP and commercial air conditioning systems. So, first one, as I mentioned, commercial business systems are here. Commercial air conditioning systems are here. But what is that EMP? That's what I'm going to tell you. Second one is about unitary products. Of course, we are going to discuss about that. And number three is professional electronics and industrial system. I'll quickly tell you about this third business. It's a very small one, and here it's more of a dealership kind of a business. It's like a distributorship kind of a business where it's more of trading, nothing related to manufacturing. You can imagine they have a distributorship of something like medical equipments, engineering equipments, and so on. Okay, nothing really important. Let's move on with the first one, which is actually pretty important, which is the EMP and commercial air conditioning systems. We have already talked about the ducted systems. We have talked about VRF. I'm not going to repeat that. We'll talk about EMS, which is electromechanical projects or electromechanical systems. EMS, EMP. Okay. Now, what is this EMP? Simple example. Assume that a company wants to set up a data center. It's not that easy, because in a data center, you can imagine that so many machines will be installed there, which will carry loads and gigabytes and terabytes. So much data will be stored in those systems, in those machines. They have to be kept on for 24 hours to 24/7, 365 days. All they'll have to be switched on. Now they will heat up to some specific temperatures, right? And it has to be ensured that the overall temperature in that data center is kept at normal. Now for that, what is required is proper engineering is required. They will determine that what should be the ideal, I don't understand the terms, but whatever engineering case up, say what should be the AC's requirement, how much ACs should be actually installed there, what should be the temperature that should be regulated there, how much vents should be in that overall space. So they'll have to first design it, they'll have to build it, they'll have to install it properly. After installation, they'll have to test whether they have done whatever things, are they working properly or not. And after actually it is started, maybe maintenance will also be required. That is also done by Blue Star. So under this EMP, which is the overall electromechanical projects, a company can give something like a turnkey project to Blue Star. They'll say, we want a data center to be air conditioned, you have to do all the needful. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is EMP. Now moving on. Acha, by the way, one more additional point is that apart from this air conditioning, if some additional work, something like electrical systems or something like firefighting systems, they also have to be installed in data centers. Blue Star will also take care of that as well. Okay. Now let's come to the second business segment, which is unitary products. Now in unitary products, they have covered both residential as well as commercial applications. Now you'll be like, Rachna, all these are residential. What about commercial? Of course, all that you can see right now on the screen is residential. But now, if you have a look at this, you will see visi coolers, water coolers, deep freezers, medical refrigerations. All these will come under commercials. So what they have done is in segment two, as a club up of unitary products, they have taken all those single products in together under business segment 2, which can be used either for residential or for commercial purpose. So I hope you have understood all the three segments, where do they generate revenue from. But as I mentioned, first two are very important because they contribute to more than 97% of the total revenue. Now let's get started with the financials, and for that, have a look at this. We are on Screener. So all in all, I hope everyone knows how to analyze some basic points. But just in case, you can see ROE, ROC both are good at 21% and 25%. I've told you many times that ideally it should be above 15%. Debt to equity is only at 0.13. Higher case scenario, it could be 2, but lower the better, obviously. Pledge percentage again is 0, which is again good. Now, if I were to just directly go into the overall profitability, profit and loss, you can see sales figure is at an all-time high. TTM figures I'm talking about, operating profit at an all-time high. PBT figure again at an all-time high. Even if you check at the balance sheet, reserves built up is strong. Borrowings are not growing at a very high pace. If you check operating activity, all years, whatever we can see on screen, all positive. So always a good sign if operating cash flows are in positive. Even if you check at the shareholding pattern, if I go to the yearly trades, you can see that FIIs have been increasing stake. Their stake has gone up from 9% in 2017, of course, to 18% in 2024 latest data. You can also see that the public shareholding has gone down from 30% to 22%, but DIs have gone up from 20% to 22%. Of course, there's a cut in the last 2-3 years, of course, but this is again one thing where FIs, DIs both are building up positions. Public holding is going down and promoter holding has gone down by roughly 3%. Okay. Now, if I were to compare Blue Star with its peer, of course, we can do a peer comparison here. But just in case, if I were to do a peer comparison with Voltas, I just put Voltas here. I say enter. Okay, Voltas. And now if you can see, maybe this is in the paid version, you can check it. Now if I were to see stock PE, Blue Star is 82, Voltas is only 66. Now there could be two ways to look at it. This is available at a cheap valuation, or possibility number two, this is commanding a premium because the fundamentals are better than this company. Of course, we can't do the 100% fundamental analysis right now, but at least let's check few key pointers. Okay. Now for that, of course, ROE, ROC both are way better as compared to Voltas. If I were to check the overall ROA, return on assets, 6.92 versus 2.23, of course better. Interest coverage ratio more or less similar. Again, OPM, very important point, operating profit margin. This is also higher as compared to Voltas. Debt to equity ratio is more or less similar. Now let's check sales growth for 3 years, 31.5 versus 18.2. Similarly, let's check profit growth for 3 years, which stands at 77.6% versus minus 22.1. Okay, I think more or less enough. With this, you can understand that yes, with some key parameters, Blue Star is better as compared to Voltas. Now also let's check, we did say this, right? Stock P of 82 versus 77. Let's check it with itself, with 1 year, 3 year, 5 year data. 5 year, of course, you can see the median P at 64, and currently trading at 82. So above the 5 year median P. Even if I'm talking about 3 year, above the median P, and even if I'm talking about 1 year, above the median PE. But now, just because it's above the median P, will say, "Arey, nothing bad, not done this, that." Let's also understand some typical point about some stocks, something like Blue Star, which is a classic example of cyclicality. Whenever summers are going to heat up, the sale numbers in the March ending quarter ideally shoot up. How? Am I just talking baseless, or I'm just talking about previous proven data? I'm talking about previous proven data. Let's check with numbers, right? December 23, the sales number was 2200 versus March 24. This number is at 3328. How much rise is this? This is 50% rise. Now try to analyze this in previous year's context also. December 22 with March 23. What has happened? The sales has gone up again by almost 40-45%, 1800 versus 2600. What has happened here? 1500 versus 2200, again a jump of 50%. So I, as a student of stock market, how will I analyze this? If sales have typically jumped at 50% from December to March, this may happen from December to March. And if that be so, it will be 2800 plus 50% of 2800, which is 1400. So I'll take it to what? 4200 almost as a sales figure. Simple. If sales rise, profits will rise. If profits rise, EPS will also rise. If EPS rises, then PE, in PE, EPS is the denominator. If that increases, the PE ratio will come down, and because of which it may seem then kind of undervalued, or at least can come back to normalcy, is what I can say. Okay, so I hope you have not only understood the financials. Today I taught you peer comparison. We also discussed about valuation and how cyclicality impacts valuation. I hope you learned a lot in this part. If you did, please pause the video and smash the like button. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. But before we move on, what about the risks? Aren't there any risks? Of course, there are. But I'll be really honest. I mean, whatever risks I found out, these are like very, very basic business risks. Something like, what if there is supply chain disruption? For example, they are not able to procure their key raw materials. Then what? Of course, then they'll not be able to produce. If they are not able to produce, they'll not be able to sell, which will hamper their top line. Number two, okay, they get raw materials, but they get it at a pretty high price. What will happen? It will impact their bottom line, which is their profitability. Number three, they have mentioned in one of the presentations that, okay, compressor is one of the key raw material for the company, and if they don't get that, if there is supply chain challenge there, then it can be a problematic situation for them. But they have mentioned very clearly that whatever compressors were required to fulfill the demand which generates this summer, they have already sorted this order and they have enough compressors with them. So all in all, to be honest, no major business risks involved as of now. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found a lot of value. Please make an effort to share this video with maximum friends. I have started this mission of Har Ghar Investor a few years ago. If you do share videos, it will ensure that our mission of Har Ghar Investor goes to the next level. So I hope you'll do that. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.